So when I joined the group about a year and a half ago, I had several credit cards that totaled up to about $25,000. My wife and I had paid off our credit card debt before, but because we didn't have a plan and we didn't have a budget, we just charged everything up again. In addition, we were living on my income because of my wife's poor health. We owned a home, and so we had all the expenses that came with that. I also had a few consumer loans and some other debt, and we really struggled just to even make it month to month. In the past, I had taken several classes and budget seminars and different things like that, and they were all great material, but nothing seemed to stick. Nothing seemed to work. I would get all fired up during the class. I would be motivated to make changes, but then the class would end. I would have all this material, and it was just overwhelming. And it was after that, where the rubber met the road, that I just really didn't make the changes that I needed to make. None of the information that I learned, although it was helpful, it didn't really stick where I was able to make different decisions going forward. So what I benefited most from this group was the accountability. The fact that everyone in the group was committed not only to their own financial goals and to make changes in their own lives, but also to each other. And so I knew that these people in the group had my back. And so that helped me as I was going through making financial decisions throughout the month. It always makes me think, I have to go to this group and I have to show my finances. And so it gives me a positive pressure to make better choices because I know that I'm going to be held to account with these other people. I'm going to have to go there and answer for these things. And it's a really good thing. That's what was missing from the classes and the sessions that I took before this, was kind of that accountability piece, and knowing that there was going to be people there that were going to ask me how I was doing. They were going to ask me why. If I blew it, I had to go to the group and I would talk to these guys about it. If I had a victory, I would go and we would celebrate about that. And that was the best piece, I think, for me, being a part of this community, of this group of people that were all trying to do the same thing. So in this group, the other thing that has really been an amazing thing is just watching how God has really come through as I've trusted Him more with my finances, as I've learned about stewardship, and I've just truly done my best, my wife and I, to just give what we have over to the Lord and just say, it's yours, do what you want with us. I had so many little things happen, and quite a few big things happen as financial blessings that I believe were through, trusting in the Lord, and just sort of surrendering and just saying, this is your money, do as you will. One of those things is, overall, since I've started this group in a year and a half, my debt has been reduced by $193,000. Now I want to qualify that because through prayer and petition, and my wife and I just sort of trying to figure out what we can do to really reduce our expenses, because we were really struggling. The Lord provided us with a free house. It was a family home where there actually ended up to be a family member who moved out and bought another home, and so this one was just available, and it was at the right time, the exact perfect time that my wife and I were at the point where we're really struggling with our mortgage, and so we're able to move there. So many other things were unexpected bonuses at work, and just a lot of little things came through, and it was truly just God coming right for us and just really blessing us as we trusted Him with our finances. In addition to that, though, I was able to work with my wife. We put a budget together. We put a goal together to not take on any more additional debt. We consolidated our credit cards into one loan. I still have one other credit card, but we reduced our payments going out to all these different creditors. We lowered our interest rates by about 4% at least on the credit cards and the loans that we had. And I reduced the credit card debt by about $10,000. My wife and I both found ways that we could use some gifts that we had to bring in extra income. My wife likes photography, so she started to actually get into the photography business. I did some graphic design, so we found ways that I could do little side jobs to bring in extra income. And again, this is because I was a part of this group, and we got to share ideas, and we got creative with our finances. And I wouldn't have thought about any of this before this group had started. So I was able to create extra income without going out and physically getting another job, but by using the resources that I had. So this group has helped me immensely, not only just with my decision making, with just the way that I look at finances, but also the financial topics that we go over. like investing and insurance, and a lot of different things that maybe you wouldn't think of. I know I didn't think of those things, but they're important. They're important if I want to raise a family. They're important if I want to leave a legacy. And they're things that not only helped my wife and I and my family financially, but they reduce stress in my marriage. We don't fight about money because we have a plan. For that, I'm extremely grateful for this group and the tools and the resources and the understanding that I've gained from learning about all these different financial things.